All right. I have no idea how this works, but just thought to. I don't even see if I have comments. Anyway, just wanted to show you. If you're taking a look at this, just going live here. Thought it'd be fun to show me actually composing a piece of music. Right now, I have this piece of manuscript paper here that you can take a look at. And basically, my task right now is I'm just trying to get some of this stuff that I wrote here in the center into the strings. So I basically sketched everything out, and now I'm going to orchestrate. So that's basically my idea for today. Maybe next time I need to figure out how to see comments. But for now, just going to work, and you can watch me work if you want, if that's something you're into. So here we go. So I'm just going to play this back. This is a piece for orchestra that I'm working on right now. That's due pretty soon. But just working on some of the sections here. So let's take a look. Okay, cool. So I need to figure out the strings here. The strings, I'm basically doing the same thing you hear in brass, but a little bit more slowed down. So I'm going to go ahead and put everything in there. Let's see. So first of all, I want to put this here. Okay. This goes down here an octave down. That doesn't look right. There we go. Let's get rid of this guy here. Okay, let's just make sure my links and all that stuff are okay on the live. All right. Things should be more clear now. Okay, so let me just keep going here. Okay. Super exciting stuff. 21. Okay, so here I gotta do Jesus Christ. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm just inputting. So I already have everything pretty much written out on the paper. I'm just kind of inputting stuff right now. Yeah, that's correct. And then this one should be 3 A's. In other words, 5. 3 A's. This should have an accent. This one, da da da, dee da, dee. Ah. That one, da da da. That's gonna be a quarter note, G half sharp. Okay. Da 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 da. No, that's F sharp. F sharp. And if you're just chiming in here, all I'm doing is inputting. I have a sketch that I wrote down by hand. Now, just for me, it's just really easy to put things in because I already wrote it out. I'm not like thinking about composition. And if you're commenting, I'm really sorry I can't see them. I haven't figured out how to actually look at comments, but I think next time I'll figure that out. I just wanted to go live really quickly and just see how this goes because I never go live. So just a little experiment. So that should be okay. Okay. Da 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 dee. Okay, that should be E. Let me make sure all of that makes sense. Da-da-dum, dum. Yeah, that's correct. Didn't goof up there. And then this one should be D half sharp. And then this should be E. B-D. Yeah, like that. So basically what I'm looking at, by the way, is this page here. So I'm like this stuff right here in the center, all these. So basically I wrote, just to take a little pause here, basically what I did was I have all this stuff. So that's what I got going on. It's just this dotted rhythm. It's very simple, dotted eighth rhythm. And the brass are playing this. So the brass and the winds are playing this, and they're kind of hocketed. So if I just play what the brass sound like, you know, horns and trumpets, is very, very simple. Yeah, so it looks complicated, but it's not. It's just da 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 ya da da ya da da ya da da. And I wrote it out like this first. It just literally is that line, but orchestrated out. And then I thought to myself, well, I want this kind of heterophonic texture where the brass and the winds, like kind of symbolizing order, like Western order, right? Has this very straight rhythm. But then I wanted the strings to kind of represent the Arabic side, which is more this heterophonic, less rhythmic side. So all I did was I just changed the 16th dotted eighth pattern. So if you were to split this up, this would be 1/16 and 3/16, 3/16, 1/16. So the math is 1 3 3 1 1 3 1 3 3 1 1 3, etc. So it's a bunch of ones and threes. So if you look down here, I was trying to figure out like what sort of rhythms are in ones and threes. So that first one right there is eighth note, and then dotted quarter, and then dotted quarter, eighth, dotted quarter. So that's 1 3 3 1 1 3, which is the same. It's basically an augmentation of this. That's all it is. So I did an augmentation like this. I did another augmentation like this. I did even a further augmentation here: 1 quarter note, 3 quarter notes, 3 quarter notes, 1, 3, 3, etc. So I actually came up with another one that I thought was better. I tried these against this one, and I didn't like any of these three actually. So I settled on this one in the strings because I really liked how it sounded. So this is 1/8 note versus 3/8 notes. It's easier to see in the second violin. It's 1/8 note versus 3/8 notes. Triplet eighth notes, I should say. 1 triplet eighth note, 3 triplet eighth notes. This is 3 triplet eighth notes, 1 triplet eighth note, 1 triplet eighth note, 3 triplet eighth notes. 3 triplet eighth notes equal a quarter note, right, in 4/4. So that's all this is. It's literally just that same ba-da-da-da-da-da, the thing that I showed you first. But I just kind of expanded it out a little bit so that when you hear it all together, they both sound related, but the strings are like a little off. And I really like that sort of sound. I need to add some percussion, things like that too. But this is basically the opening. So you can hear it. I'll show it to you again. And I just have this in octaves, really simple texture. And, I'm debating whether to keep the violas down there. This is the viola line here. 3 octaves might be too much for this. I think I probably would just keep the 2 violin sections and then have the violas, cello, and the double basses later come in with something else. But for now, I'm just going to show you what I mean. So you can hear these two things going against each other, and it's really just 2 layers. It's this layer, and then you got this layer, and this is all, to me, this is all just 1 layer, and this is all just 1 layer. So when you simplify it in your head, it makes it easier to compose. So let me just show you. It's kind of hard to see, but I'll just go back and forth. Yeah, it sounds. I mean, to me, it sounds good. Whether you think it sounds good or not, I don't know. But to me, I could see there's a possibility. Okay, so I'm just going to keep going now that you have a reasonable idea what's going on. What crazy how I'm doing this. Okay, hopefully it gives you some ideas for yourself too. Okay, so let me just keep going. This is the easiest one for me to write in. So now I'm working on. So I need a quarter note there. So this is F sharp. Yeah, F sharp, and then I need E. Let's see, E, F sharp, E. Yeah. Then I need this to be a quarter note. Tie that. Da. So is that correct? Ba da da. Yeah. Da da da. And then we need an accent. And I always accent the da 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 da. I always try to keep the accent where the accent is in the original version. So wherever the accents are here, I'm trying to keep them here so we can maintain the same kind of sonic argument, if that makes sense. Da, 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 da. Okay, now at 30. So I need to put the... This is probably like watching paint dry. I don't know what this is like to watch. Yeah. So I need that. I need a B, half flat. I need a thing like this, tied over. Ah, there we go. Da-da. Da-da, da-da. Okay, that's good. Da, da-dee. And I need this to be a quarter note. Ah. That's going to be the same thing. I wonder if I can just do that. Nope, that doesn't work. I need to do it like this. That's going to be like that. Ba-da-da-da. Okay. Accent. And then bum, bum, ba-da-dum. Yeah. So this is like that, and then eighth note triplet. Triplet. Ba-ba-da-da. Ba-ba-da. Oh, I messed this up. This should have been an eighth note. See? Screwed it up. That should be an eighth note. Dee-da-da-da. Be-da-dee. Be-da-da-da. Ah, that should be a G half sharp. Ah. Then F sharp, which is going to be that, and that's going to be that. That's going to be a quarter note triplet. There we go. Ba-ba-da-da-dum. Yep. And that's going to have an accent. Okay, great. So that should be like that. And then all of that is my favorite thing to do. Copy, paste, so an octave higher. I don't think the violas need to play, actually, here. I think it's too octavated. I don't want the texture. I don't want to muddy. Basically, I don't want to muddy the texture. That viola is too low, and I think it's cutting too much into what's going on here. So I want to keep it high. I want to keep this floating on top of the orchestration. So I'm going to cut out the viola. I'll put the viola and cello and the basses later. But I think this is basically it. And let's see how this is going to go farther out than what's going on here. Yeah, so you can see that strings is just kind of held over. So the thing is with what's going on is, so the brass and the winds finished that entire stretch of music from here to here, basically that F sharp, because it's faster. So of course they're going to finish first, and then of course the strings are a bit elongated, so it's gonna finish after. So there's going to be this weird part right here where one finishes early while the other keeps going. So I have to kind of figure out what to do here to figure out this transition. And then on top of that, I have a bunch of people not playing: the trombones, tubas, timpani. A lot of the low strings are not playing, so that will give another. I think what I'm going to do is probably bring in this material here on the right, this kind of more slowed down material. So I need to figure all of that out, which which is part of the process. Okay, so let's just see how I'm gonna do this. I should have my piano tech open. somewhere here. Okay. The other thing I noticed that I didn't like is I wanted the trumpets to emerge a bit more out of the texture than this. I don't like I want it to be more like this. Noticed. Yeah, more of a reverse dynamics. So what I'm going to do is get rid of the accent. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit better. Let me just double check that. I'm pretty sure that's what I want, but yeah, because I want the horns to really be the big attack that you hear. Yeah, so why don't we just fix that? We know we want to fix that. Put a little tenuto, and this is the same thing. It's the same. This one's F sharp, and this one's gonna be look at that. Easy, done. Just double check the brass. That's basically should be what I need. Yeah, that's better. And the attacks will be better represented by these folks here, the woodwinds and stuff, and some percussion. Yeah, that's what I want. So the line is, and that's the thing, I gotta continue this line. Yeah, so I just got to keep going here, and I got to just keep writing by hand at this point. Keep this line going. I don't know if you can see me, but I got to keep working here. Going back to the manuscript paper here, because once I hit a lull in the process on the computer, there's no reason for me to keep sitting in front of the computer. It's better use of my time to work it out by hand. So I got to the end of this thing, and what I'm thinking is, I'm just telling you what I'm thinking out loud. What I'm thinking is I've kind of exhausted these pitches. So I have these pitches. Yada. So these are the pitches that start off the thing. Yada. A lot of that. And then I start introducing the B half flat. And I also introduced the D half sharp. And I also introduced the C. So now I kind of want to keep expanding the palette. I'm going to run into a little bit of an issue because the horns are not going to play that well above that pitch, so I might have to reorchestrate some things, which is fine. But that's okay. Or I can just keep going down. It would be da 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 da. Yeah, probably be. What pitch is that? It probably needs to be. That's probably what I'll do. Yeah, I don't want. I need a regular C sharp. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll go down. We'll definitely go down to C sharp. No, that's, we don't want that. Maybe we want maybe D, D. Yeah. Maybe D half sharp on the top end. Or C sharp. And D half sharp is better, I think, on the top end. Okay, so let's see if we can keep going on this, with this train of thought. So, yeah, we'll go back to da, da. So right there, da. Yeah. That's where the C sharp goes. Yeah. Yeah. Really helpful to sing it out loud, I find, at least for me, because the keyboard doesn't do it justice, and it doesn't capture the contour that you need. And there's a part of me that says, we are hearing a lot of sound coming, and I kind of want to create separation, So taking off a 16th note here and there could be a good tactic for this. So, dee da 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 da, dee da 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 da, yeah, da 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 da, yeah. So like right there, da da. Like get rid of that note. Da 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 da. Yeah, so that could be da 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 da. Okay, and you need to get rid of a note again later, so it's not a mistake. Da 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 da. Or maybe da 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 da. Yeah, that one, the long note. Yeah, da 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 da. Yeah, so take out the long note. Yeah. And by the way, I do talk to myself like this when I compose. It's not just because I'm live streaming. Da 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 da. Yeah. 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 So now I'm like I'm in a groove. I'm in a good spot here, and I kind of want to test this theory out. The theory is that these pitches that I added, and let's see if I could show this to you, because this is really important, I think, for you to get an idea of what's going on. So if I airdrop this to myself, I should be able to see it on this stream here. So let's see if I can pull this guy up. So this is literally what I just wrote. This is literally what I just wrote down. I want to push this on the other screen. You don't need to see this. So what you see right here is what I wrote down. I literally just wrote down this line. So let me make this a bit bigger. So this arrow right here is where the music stopped in the Dorico file, and this is just the stuff I kept going with the idea of expanding the pitches. So this, I added the C sharp. That's the one pitch you haven't heard. And then the X's are me after the fact saying, hey, I want to get rid of a sound in there to break up the kind of the sameness of it and to make it a bit unpredictable. So like, for example, if I were to play this with the X's out, it would be ba da 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 da. If I can do this correctly, ba ba da 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 da. Da 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 da. Yeah, so it's pretty. I think it's pretty good. Let me do it again. Da. So it'll be with the X's. Da 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 da. And then the thing is, the strings will be playing at the same time, delayed. So the strings will be filling in that gap at that moment, and then the strings will have some of those notes X'd out too in their part. So they'll have a bit of a gap. So the idea is like, now I can kind of see the form of this as we go through minute 1, minute 2, etc. of all this stuff. This will dictate the form. So I'll keep removing notes until we sort of don't have any notes left and we have just space, and then something else can come in to replace that space. So it's kind of a process-driven sort of music. But like I'm letting with this particular piece, I'm kind of letting the material dictate the form a bit. It's not always like that, but with this one, I'm gonna let that happen. just because I can trust that material is gonna get us to that point. So what I'm gonna do here is go back to the brass because they have that main line. So that F sharp is there, so that would be we got this F sharp, and then this is the D. So there's some hocketing going on. So like that, this is literally the music I just wrote on paper, and now I put it in the system. So this is basically how I work. So the stuff that you saw on the sketch, right? Like it's just one line. It's not orchestrated. It's just notes, but the notes are the main part of it, and then I orchestrate on in Dorico. It keeps it really clean. So da da dee, so dee da. So then basically the first and third horn are playing the regular notes. That should be this F sharp, and then da da dee, F sharp, and then this should be A. But okay, so this A is not happening. This was the deleted X A, so that's gonna be like that. This F sharp, there should be an E right here. Yeah, this E. Let's just copy paste that and make this an E. That will be easy. And so D da da, and then we need a E. Yeah, we need an E off the 16th note. So we'll just bar this one, and yeah, make that an E. And then F sharp. Oh, this thing is not correct, so we need to do this. Okay. Then the F sharp needs the G half sharp of. This is wrong. I need to have this E. This is all messed up. So I need to have. Yeah, I messed all this up. So the first and third horns are playing the regular notes. Second, fourth horns are playing the microtones. So I messed up the orchestration. So what needs to actually happen is let me reconfigure this. So this should be here, and then I'll put the D sharp here. That's where that should go. Yeah, D half sharp there. Now that makes more sense. Da 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 da. That should be. This should go here. That's where I messed up. So that should be more like this. Yeah. This is going to look kind of crazy, but basically what I'm trying to do is make sure that the first and third horns are playing the normal notes. Second and fourth horns are playing quarter tone down because I have them tuned that way. That's why I'm kind of doing this jigsaw puzzle like this. Da 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 da, and then I need a G half sharp on the fourth 16th note, which would be this one. I can just copy that one since it's already there. Although this is messed. This should be a little shorter. Yeah, there we go. Little mistake there. So that should be there. That's correct. Da da da. And then okay. Now we don't have an A on the downbeat, which is fine, but we do have a B half flat on the second 16th note, so that would be this one. So we just put that sucker right there. Boom. The A is missing, which is on purpose. Then we have CB, and then we can just put that C. It'll be the same C as this one on B4. Right? Da-da-da. All right. And I got to actually hop off the call. But this was fun. I don't know. I guess I'll look at the comments later, but I hope this was fun for you guys as much as was. I think it's cool. You know, you guys can see how I write, and then maybe next time I'll have the comments up somewhere so that I can actually see what the heck is going on. But I got to go. It's 3 o'clock my time, and I'll see you later.